We've been looking at this weird dimensional analysis chain thing. I like example 10, I like example 10, I like example 10. Example 10 is a nice question. Why would I say that? Did you hear me say it's going to be on the test? You're the kind of student that notices when a teacher tends to emphasize certain things? Good, 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 good. What do I like about this? There are 2 units. Show you what I mean. What is 60 miles per hour in meters per second? First of all, when we're typing, we write fractions as slanty fractions. Slanty fractions are evil when we're handwriting. The first thing, well, what is the first thing I'm going to do? Write down what they gave me. And what they gave me is, oh, don't do it in red, Mr. Duke. They gave me 60 miles, but I'm going to write it as a clear vertical fraction per hour. I'm not going to write it as a slanty fraction. Slanty fractions are stupid when you're handwriting. This way I can clearly see what's on the top, and I can clearly see what's on the bottom. If you write it slanty, it's hard to see. Okay? Bryce, what do we want to end up with? Meters per? What we're going to do is we're going to change miles to meters, and we're going to change hours to seconds. We'll do them independently one at a time. I don't do them at the same time. So what do you want to do first, Bryce? Miles to meters or hours to seconds? Doesn't matter. Pick. Miles to meters, so I'm going to go like this. Yoink. I want miles to cancel. Where's it going to go in my next fraction then? On the? Yes. Do I know how many meters are in a mile? No. What can I convert miles to? Well, I could probably go to that chart up there, but wait a minute. The last example we finished with, Bryce, didn't we figure out how many centimeters were in a mile? And if I go to centimeters, can I go from centimeters to meters? I'm going to do that. I'm always going to keep my eyes open and say, hey, can I use something that I just found out to save myself some work? So I'm going to go centimeters, and apparently it's 177,393.6 of those is one of those. No calculator yet. We're not done. If I stopped here, Bryce, that would be centimeters per hour. I want to go from centimeters to meters because that's what I want on the top. So, good morning, good morning. So glad you made it. Late, but you're here. Let me hit pause for just a second. Oh, back to you, Bryce. I want to get rid of centimeters. Where is centimeters going to go in my next fraction? How do you know? The nice thing is this method does tell you, so I want to get rid of it, and I'm going to have just plain old meters. Now we're doing a metric conversion. How did we do a metric conversion? Now we went to our green sheet. Centi is 10 to the something. 10 to the negative 2? Yeah, you spot it. Where is the 10 to the negative 2 going to go? Where the C isn't, where the centi isn't. So in this case, on the top. If I stop here, I'm meters per hour. What do I want to end up with, Bryce? Meters per. Now let's take care of the hours. Where is the hours in my first fraction? On the. So to get it to cancel, yes. Whoever said that, yes. Bryce, do you happen to remember how many seconds are in 1 hour? Thank you, Bryce. We're working. It's a little village here. So somebody said 3,600. So we can go straight to seconds, and it's 1 hour is 3,600. That looks like a 5. I'll leave a space so you can tell that's a letter. So it's going to be 60 times 107, that number, times 10 to the negative 2, divided by 3,600. What do you get? I have a built-in error check. I've done this so often. I know, Ruby, to go from miles per hour to meters per second, it's roughly divide by 2 and a bit less. I can already tell you, you're going to get an answer 28 point something or 29 point something. That's just a trick I have because I'm old and I've done a bunch of these. You don't need that to survive. What do you get? This is where you want to type on your calculator now, Declan. Yes, this is how we follow along. Do you get 28 or 29 point something, I hope?
2.9.
No, it can't be 2 point.
No, 29, 6.
29 point what? So let's go to 3 sig figs. 29 point what? Round it off properly.
29,
0.6 or 0.5? Okay. $60 miles an hour freeway speed in the U.S. is about 30 meters per second.
29,000.
No, it can't be 29,000.
2,900.
Can't be 2,000. Unless I've made a dumb mistake somewhere.
I got 29 points.
Yeah.
656.
Yep. I know it's roughly half of the 60 because I've done this a bunch. 60 times 177,393.6 times 10 to the power of negative 2 divided by 3,600. There you go, 29.6. So you made a typo somewhere, right? So on your quest, you're absolutely going to see probably two unit fraction questions, Bryce, like this. Okay? Next page. Oh, no, one more. Convert 3,500 gallons to milliliters. Okay. Write down what they gave me. 3,500. Why can't I use a lowercase g as my abbrev for gallons? That's grams. So the abbrev for gallons is, I think, GA. It might be GAL, but we'll go GA. I have no idea, but I'm hoping up in that chart at the top of your page, is there something that lets me turn gallons into something else? I hope. Let's go see. Oh, I can go from gallons to what? And then I can go from quarts to what? Liters, and then I can probably convert that to milliliters. I know where I'm going now. Got my. So let's see. Gallons on the bottom, quarts on the top, and apparently, what's the conversion factor? 1 quart is 0.25 gallons. What a dumb system the U.S. has. And now I want quarts to cancel. 1 quart, I can go to liters. 1 liter is 1.0567, 1.0567 quarts. Now I want to get rid of liters. It's going to go on the bottom. Milliliters is going to go on the top because that's what I want left behind, except I have to now bring in the metric prefix. Riley, milli is 10 to the what? Is it negative 3? Where's the 10 to the negative 3 going to go? Where the milli isn't, which in this case is on the top. The milli is there, where the milli isn't, which in this case is on the, I'm looking for a word that starts with a letter B and rhymes with autumn. There you go. Okay. Sloppy mistake. We want to make sure we don't do that one. All right. I have no idea what the answer is, but now I can crunch it. Multiply by anything on the top. It's a bunch of ones. So I guess it's going to be 3,500 divided by 0.25 divided by 1.0567 and divided by 10 to the negative 3. I get, do you get 1324893.41? Or am I, yeah? You know what? Let's go to 3 sig figs and scientific notation because I don't feel like writing this whole thing out. 1.32 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That worked okay? Couple more, and then we're going to go win a lottery. I like example 12. I like example 12. I like example 12. Example 12 is a nice question. Why did I say that? It's going to be on the test. Did you hear me say it's going to be on the test? No? So as long as you pay attention, you'll pick up some hints, I think. Good, 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 good. You know why I like this? Because Emily, again, this is one of those two-unit questions. It says, convert 6.12 kilometers per hour to millimeters per minute. I guess we're going to convert kilometers, Emily, to millimeters. Or we're going to convert hours to what? Minutes. Which one do you want to do first, Emily? Kilometers to millimeters or hours to minutes? I don't care. Okay, so Emily, where is kilometers going to go in my conversion factor? Top or bottom? Okay. What's going to go on the top? Not millimeters. This is a two-step. First, I get rid of kilometers. So just plain old meters. Kilo, Emily, is 10 to the 3. And that's going to go where the kilo isn't. Good. Now, I'm going to get rid of meters and bring in millimeters. 10 to the negative 3. And it's going to go where the milli isn't, which in this case is on the Riley bottom, yes? Good. So that's millimeters per hour. Now I got to deal with hour. Ooh, Emily, where is hours going to go in my next conversion factor? On the? Yes. Do you know how many minutes are in 1 hour? Oh, so we can go straight to it then. Good. Minutes is going to go there. 1 hour, 60 minutes. So I guess it's going to be 6.12 times 10 to the third, divided by 10 to the negative 3, and divided by 60. I have no idea what the answer is. I got an error, which means I made a typo. Your calculators are pretty good. If you get an error, depending on your calculator, you can either hit the back arrow key and that'll put the cursor right where the error is, or if you have a TI, mine says go to option number 2. That means go to the error. If I press option 2, it's going to put the cursor where I made the typo. Oh, the negative 3 didn't show up. Insert, there's supposed to be a 3 there. So if you ever get an error, use your calculator to help you find where it is. You got 102,000? Scientific notation. You know what? It's about the same amount of work to write that in scientific notation as it is longhand. So I'm just going to write it in standard form. 102,000 millimeters per minute. Convert 4,356. What's a capital T? Terameters per year to kilometers per hour. I'm just making up stupid units, by the way, to give you practice. No one ever uses terameters per year, but I had to make something up, Josh. So here we go. Hey, what am I going to do first? Write down what they? 4, 3, 5, 6 terameters per. And I don't know if you remember, the proper abbrev for year is A for annually, but if you put a Y there, I'll figure it out. I won't take marks off, but I'm a nerd. I got to do it right. Jada, we're going to convert terameters to kilometers. We're going to convert years to hours. Which one do you want to do first? Okay, so where is terameters going to go? What's going to go on the top? Not kilometers yet, but just plain old what? Good. Tera, no idea. 10 to the, is it 10 to the 12th? Tera, 10 to the 12th. Oh, I've got a dumb way I can remember that on a pinch. Okay. And remember the tera goes, the 10 to the 12th goes where the tera isn't. Now I'm going to get rid of meters and bring in kilometers. Kilo, 10 to the 3rd, yes? Yeah. That's kilometers per year. I want to convert years to hours. What can I convert that to? What can I convert years to? Yeah. Or, if I'm clever and paying attention and remembering what we did yesterday, what else might I be able to convert years to if I'm really just paying attention and not sleepwalking through this morning? Really, I can go straight there. Otherwise, I would repeat this procedure like you said. And the nice thing is, if I don't have this handy, I can do it the longer way too. But let's take advantage of what we did already. Apparently, we already calculated that, I guess years is going to go on the top, hours on the bottom. 1 year is 8,760 hours. Well, that was a nice time saver. Years will cancel. Yeah, that's kilometers per hour. Again, I have no idea what the answer is here. 4, 3, 5, 6 times 10 to the 12th divided by 10 to the 3rd divided by 8,760. Do you get 60274? That? I'm going to write it in scientific notation and I'm going to round off. How about 4.97 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Kilometers per hour. Let's win a lottery. Next page. The largest single winner of the U.S. Powerball in history happened in 2017, not that long ago. Mavis Wanchik won $758.7 million. Ruby, is that a lot of money? It's too much for me to wrap my brain around, so let's see if we can spend it. Here's the first question. A says, suppose she spends $1,000 a day. How many years will it take her to spend the money? How the heck am I going to do that? Well, first thing I'm going to do, this $1,000 per day, I'm going to write it like this as a fraction that isn't slanty. $1,000 per day. Just jot that off in the margin somewhere. And then I can start off by writing down what they gave me. What did they give me? They gave me 758.7 million. Casey, you know a good abbrev for a million? I know that a million is 10 to the 6th, and that's a lot less writing than all those zeros. That's not proper scientific notation, but I'm not doing scientific notation. I'm just saving myself some writing. I want an answer in time. I want dollars to cancel. So look. If I put the $1,000 down here and the day right there, there's that little conversion factor that they gave me. Can you see the dollar sign cancels? And this would be days. What do I want my answer in, Casey? So Where am I going to put days in my next fraction, Casey? Top or bottom? And I think I could go to years. How many years is how many days? 1 year, 365 days. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 758.7 times 10 to the 6, divide by 1,000, divide by 365. How many years will it take her to spend this money? Come on, you want to find out. Can she spend $1,000 a day, and can she spend this money in her lifetime? Not even remotely close. It will take her 2,079 years. This is a lot of money. You know what? There's only one solution. We got to spend the money faster. Right? Right. So, suppose she spends $500 per hour. Again, I'm going to write that $500 per hour over here in the margin as a vertical fraction so that I can see that dollars is on top, hours is on the bottom. How many years? Okay, I'm going to write down what they gave me, which again was $758.7 million. Sarah Ashley, I want dollars to cancel, so I think the 500 has to go down there, and the hours has to go there. If I stopped here, this would tell me how many hours. What do I want to convert hours to? Years. Declan, thank you. Declan is turning back and going, wait a minute. I seem to recall we've done hours to years or years to hours before. Declan, thank you for paying attention. I think I can get rid of hours and put years there. And 1 year, what's it's 7 something, what is it? 8,000, what is it? 8,760? Well, that's a win. So I guess it's going to be this number, 758.7 times 10 to the 6th, divided by 500, divided by 8,700. If she spends $500 every hour, 24/7, not stopping to eat or sleep, can she spend this amount of money in her lifetime? No. 173 years. Actually, when you win a lottery, like a big prize, they give you a choice. They say you can get the whole prize spread out in payments over 20 years, or you can take a smaller sum up front. She chose to take a smaller sum. I guess I should use smaller in air quotes because 480.5 million isn't smaller anything, but she chose to take the smaller sum up front. Why would people choose to take a smaller sum up front instead of having it spread out over 20 years? No, the company, there's all sorts of legal laws. The company has to make sure that they put that money aside and it's locked in trust. You're safe that way. Bryce? Impatient. Maybe. There's a better reason. Yeah.
They want to spend it. Well,
but if you divide 758.7 million by 20, you're still having a lot of trouble spending this. See, you're young. You don't think about this. They might die. They want the money now because who knows if 20 years from now they're even going to be around. I'm older. We think of these things. I'm 52. Am I still going to be around when I'm 72? I kind of hope so. Not so sure. So often they'll take, and often what they want to do, you're right, they may want to spend it by giving it away to like their kids and relatives and paying for college and just doing that. So she chose to go with 480.5 million up front. What if she spent $10 every minute? So the first thing I'm going to do again, I don't like that $10 per minute. I'm going to write it as a fraction. $10 per minute. I'm going to write down what they gave me. 480.5 times 10 to the 6th dollars. Units matter. And I guess that means the 10 is going to go on the bottom to cancel out the dollars, and the minutes goes on the top. I'm going to divide by 10. I want to convert minutes to years. What can I convert minutes to? Hours, that I can do. So it's going to be minutes on the bottom, hours on the top. 1 hour is 60 minutes. What can I convert hours to? Hey, I got my little handy dandy conversion factor. Hours on the bottom, years on the top. 1 year is 8,760. Is this one doable? What do you get? Finley, what'd you get? 91? Anybody else? It's Finley. I don't trust him. Truth hurts, but you suspected that. 91? So, I mean, maybe if she was like, well, no, you got to be over 21 probably to win a lottery. So 91, well, if she lives to her 110s, and maybe if she's that rich, she can get the best medical care.
Think about that. Well, it's only 10 minutes per minute. Think, if you're lose a lot, you can blow all
Actually, there is an issue. Once you have that much money, even just with interest and basic safe investing that's guaranteed, you find you're making more than you can give away. I was reading a profile of, I think he's the 18th wealthiest person in the US. He's a multi-billionaire. He's trying to give away all his money, and he simply doesn't have the ability to do it very easily. So I gave, because he wants to give it away thoughtfully. So he was, I gave away $680 million today to charities and hospitals, but I made 790. So it's kind of an interesting conundrum. Put your pencils down. Gotta pause the video for a second.